Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Cooper Hernick podcast. I know I haven't been on this podcast in a while. I've been very inactive, but today we are back, and we are back with a real banger. We are going to watch Chrystia Freeland on Bill Maher's show. This is going to be really funny. Chrystia Freeland, one of the most unpopular Canadian politicians, is running for to be the leader of the country for the next month to replace Justin Castro. Let's see, Cackling Freeland, Fraulein Freeland, many different names for her. Let's see what she sounds like. And you guys hear my reaction. She makes me laugh. Let's see this.
Candidate to be its next Prime Minister, the Honorable Chrystia Freeland. Hi.
She talks it so awkwardly. I'm gonna make sure we have closed captioning. Oh, it can't. So we'll keep it off then. Let's see the rest. All
right. You look like you are in full campaign mode there.
I am! And is there any Canadian?
If there hasn't been a more awkward politician than Chrystia Freeland, I haven't met them. She's the most awkward politician. It's insane. She's been deputy prime minister for the past. I'm sorry, I can't stop laughing.
Canadians here.
Oh, I know there are. They're not all Canadian. They're just... Well, you are going to be the next Prime Minister of Canada, and we're very proud here because you were on our show many times in the past. When you're, what were you, the finance?
I swear, I used to love. I still love Bill. Bill's great. I don't think he knows much about Canadian politics, if I'm being honest. He seems to be quite ignorant about Canadian politics. Let's see. I should stop pausing.
You are the finance minister just until recently, right?
That's right.
When you were on our show, what was your title?
I was the U.S. managing editor of the Financial Times.
The Financial Times. Well, you're moving up in the world, and now you're going to be the governor of our 51st state.
Well, that's incorrect right there, because it's not likely that she wins. It's likely that Carney wins, who's even worse in my opinion. I would say she's not very likely at all, but you never know. Vote splitting. Frank Baylis could definitely pass over some votes to her, and Katrina Gould could definitely pass over some votes, but we'll see.
Never! That is not the job I'm campaigning
It's so
for.
awkward.
And I
I
want to
can't
be
stop
really
laughing.
clear, Bill, because
Yes.
Canadians, we started off being sad because Americans, you're our friends, you're our neighbors, and it was just a shock for Canadians. But then Canadians got really angry because it's the President of the United States is saying repeatedly that he wants to use economic coercion to force us to become the 51st state.
She talks to people like they're fucking stupid. We aren't fucking stupid. You are. You should resign, and your Liberal government should. We need Pierre so badly.
I mean, do you take it seriously, or do you think it's just trolling?
No, I take it seriously, and Canadians do.
Yeah, she should. Trump will probably beat her.
I am in full campaign mode, and so a couple of weeks ago, I was in a small city called Saskatoon.
Oh, she's about to tell the story about Ari from Saskatoon. The story that's probably fake as hell. Fake as her, as the pearl she's wearing. She's literally told this story at every single debate, all three of them. And the fakest story. If Ari's a real person, the 4-year-old from Saskatoon that said, "I'm scared that Donald Trump is going to take us over," if that 4-year-old is real, I'm a monkey's uncle or something.
And a little 4-year-old girl came up to me with her mother. Her name was Ari. And she said to me in the serious way a little 4-year-old can you stop Trump from invading Canada? So right now we are a country where 4-year-old children are saying, how do we stop this guy from invading my country?
Okay, so I have a question for you. Can you stop Trump?
How do we stop him from invading? He's not going to. He's just trying to trick you to get you to get out of the country, to out of being leader of our country. You stupid. It's all just a trick to make so we can enforce our immigration laws and be more favorable to them. I think once Pierre gets in, these tariffs are all done.
Trump from invading Canada.
She can talk about a shared nuclear defense against the U.S., pairing up with all the anti-American people, as she talked about at the debates.
I never thought you and 4-year-old girls from Saskatoon had that much in common, Bill, but I'll tell you what, yes, I can. And not because of me, but because of Canadians. You know, Canadians...
She's literally like female Justin Trudeau. It's insane. This is like crazy.
Really people who, you know, wear our flag on our lapel. But right now, there is this wave of patriotism across Canada. Hockey fans are just like singing, "Oh, Canada." Restaurants are pulling U.S. wine from their menu. Snowbirds.
She looks drunk in that. I paused it. She. This is just too funny. I'm sorry. I'm sorry I keep pausing.
It's a cold winter, but snowbirds are not flying south.
I'm wearing a Tim Horton cap these days.
He's kidding. Can't take the joke. I'm kidding with you.
I'm Team Drake. How about that?
How about this? Chrystia, do you know who Drake is? I doubt she does. I doubt her, Trudeau, Dominic LeBlanc, and Katie Telfer, the entire inner staff, they have no clue who Drake is. I guarantee it. They're all the elitist libs.
But, I mean, the truth is, this has helped your campaign. I mean, you were the Liberals. Now, you're about to have the primary, basically, is how we would describe it. If you get that, because Trudeau's out, he's already quit, you were in his cabinet, you would become then the Liberal leader.
Her boyfriend, Trudeau. I always refer to Chrystia as Trudeau's second wife, because I know he got divorced from his first. Her and Trudeau are probably a thing. I can guarantee it. Write in the comments if you guys think that that she's Trudeau's new wife. I think so.
And then in the election, if you won, now the Liberals were way behind in the polls until Trump did this. He kind of saved your ass. Is that not true?
I think that the election now, the ballot question in the Liberal leadership race and in the general election is who can stand up for Canada and who can fight for Canada. And
it's just...
No, I think that the election is going to be about who can remove the carbon tax and who can put Canadians first. We don't want the Liberals again. You guys have been in for 10 years. You guys have proven you can't manage a corner store. Nevertheless, you're managing our whole country, and you haven't been in the actual parliament in almost 6 months, it seems. So, clearly, we can't trust you guys. We need a federal election, not a provincial election by Ford. We need a federal election now. Should have had one back in October. Maybe even earlier than that. Much earlier. Maybe even back in February 2022.
Like the pitch I'm making, Bill, is I'm saying to Canadians, I can fight for you and I can win.
Right, but as soon as the conservative here in America said he was going to invade Canada, suddenly the conservatives in Canada didn't look too good. I mean, the guy you will be running against, Pierre
Poilievre, let me correct you on that. Oh, she's smirking right there, I can tell. I can tell she's smirking at him. Pierre's gonna beat her. Well, Carney's ass. She's not gonna win the Liberal leadership race. It's gonna be Carney because he has all those corrupt buddies from the World Economic Forum.
How do we say his name? Pierre?
Well, I call him Maple Syrup MAGA.
She said like such an elitist lib. Maple Syrup MAGA. And I call you Trudeau's second wife. That's what you are. Because you've been his number 2 for the past 10 years. You and Trudeau are tied at the hip politically.
Okay, well, first, that doesn't help with my pronunciation. And also, like, you know what? This is sad to me that everybody becomes more like America in our worst kind of ways. I remember seeing an ad not that long ago when I was playing up in Canada. It was campaign season. It was almost comically polite. Whoever Trudeau was running against. I mean, it was ridiculous. They certainly weren't calling each other names. But I hear this guy, Pierre...
Poilievre.
Oh, she actually said his name properly. Pierre's the king. When he's prime minister, Canada will be great. Be a great country. Go back to how it was back under Harper. We'll actually be seen well on the international stage instead of how we are now. We'll cut spending. It'll be good. It'll be all good.
Oh, yeah. I had it with the poutine. It's terrific.
Well, I heard you talking about bilingualism.
Okay,
that's actually our thing.
I know.
We are bilingual.
Right.
Yeah.
But who is this guy? I never heard of him. I mean, I should maybe, but I try to follow a little bit of Canada.
He's the MP from Carleton. He's been an MP since about 2005, I think. He has a lot of political experience. He's a very experienced politician. He knows what he's doing. We'll have an experienced politician as our leader, which is what we need. We don't need a central bank governor or someone who's been right next to the prime minister for the past 10 years, making all the mistakes with him. We need change. Let's see how Bill and Chrystia define Pierre. Because it's probably not going to be fair.
Who is he? And he sounds very Trumpy. I mean, this is sad to me that people in Canada are losing their polite.
Well, I think it's sad for us too, and he is pretty Trumpy, and I think he built
he is pretty Trumpy. That's what she sounds like. Yeah, I knew I would be laughing my ass off. That's why I want to take this video. Guys, make sure to hit that subscribe button because this is hilarious. Hope you guys are having as good time I am.
campaign on trying to imitate Trump. But now that Canadians see President Trump wanting to turn us into the 51st state, it's not going so well. And look, Canadians are very smart. And Canadians understand that right now what we need the most is someone who can stand up for our country.
They think that she's got... Don't make me laugh harder, Chrystia. Don't threaten me with a good time as like Pierre's not a good person. Pierre will be excellent. It's you that I should be afraid of. I think I'm afraid of Chrystia more than I am of Trump.
So Justin Trudeau, who's on his way out, used to be very popular. I mean, he still has his fans, 3. And they may be asking, why did you turn on him? Because, you know, you were part of his government.
Let's see what she does. I say she either tries to avoid the question, I guess more likely, or she might give a real answer. I say 20% of that, 80% chance of just a non-answer, get around it.
What was it? And also, what would you do differently? And if you watch the election here, don't ever say, nothing comes to mind. That's the bad answer to that one. What would you do differently?
Well, you know, with the Prime Minister, I think every politician has their sell-by date, and that's part of what happened. But
I think it was that he was going to force you to give a massive deficit of a budget that would be about, I think it was $67 billion, over the spending limit that you had. Yeah, $67 billion deficit he was going to force you to give. You refused to do that, so you resigned so you could put in Carney. But Carney refused to. Then, until Trudeau resigned, he decided to run for Prime Minister, and you wanted to run against him.
That happened is my party, we're actually called the Liberal Party, and I am an old school liberal. And liberal
old school liberal. No, you're up there with the NDP. That's where you are. You were with the NDP for, let's remember, 3.5 years. You were in a coalition with them. Remember, you're coalition partners. You're not an old school liberal.
When we are focused on people and on what they need in their lives. And we lose when people think that we're focused on virtue signaling and identity politics. So
I guarantee that's literally what her campaign staffers from wherever told her to say. They probably said, "Talk about how you're against identity politics, Chrystia. What does that mean?" I have no clue. They probably said. And she said, oh, just say it because you make you sound good in front of Bill's audience, who tends to be more on the right wing of the left wing side.
The same thing that sunk the party here in America when they went too far left. And that's the impression I got from Justin Trudeau. Why did he go and become one of those elitist type of scolds who looked like he was just overbearing, that sort of left-wing overbearingness? I saw recently, I think it was last week, Ottawa, I see, is trying to pass a law limiting the amount of time you can idle your car. Now, I've been in Canada in the winter. It's pretty fucking cold out there.
that's why we used to.
Is she going to say more carbon tax? Yeah, you're going to increase the carbon tax more? Chrystia, make it harder to buy gas to put in your cars? Yeah, put in your car, yeah. Yeah, I remember, I think it was a story back a couple of years ago that she said, "Oh, I don't drive," but then she got a speeding ticket back in Alberta, I think.
To have snowbirds before we decided we didn't want to spend our money in the United States.
And I don't think this, I mean, the reasoning is it's going to put a dent in global warming. I don't think it is. That you can only idle your car for a minute, I think remotely in 3 minutes if you're in it, before you can get going to warm it up. This just pisses people off. And it looks like, as in America,
the people in Ottawa are completely detached. It's all the politicians. There's no actual working people in Ottawa, really. A couple people. There's KJP, Wood Supply. Some good people. There's some good, but about 50% of the population, it's all politicians. That's why there's no party life. It's all politics. Much better here in Toronto.
They still haven't gotten the memo that this shit don't work. So you're against that kind of stuff, right?
Look, Bill, I have got the menu. I have received the memo, to be a polite Canadian. I have received the memo, sir.
Yes.
And
she's trying to be an actress. Your next job, you and Justin are going to be in drama class together, teaching drama to the kiddos. Teaching drama with the kiddos. Oh. If she's our Prime Minister, we're fucked. We are so fucked 5 ways from Thursday. Oh, good luck to us.
Politicians win when they listen to people sincerely and hear
you listened totally. Especially when the truckers came, you listened to them. You totally didn't try to arrest them and freeze their bank accounts. You totally listened to your constituents. You totally don't just listen to the 400,000 Liberals, not the 40 million Canadians. We only care about the 400,000 Liberal voters. All we care about. And our donors. The Laurentian class of the Liberal Party. Those are the most important people to listen to. Yeah. Most important voters to you.
people are saying to them about their lives. And politicians lose when we think we are smarter than the people we work for.
Oh, you're the one saying that. You're the one that said that you thought you're smarter than the truckers because you decided to arrest them and freeze their bank account.
And when we think our job is to lecture people, that's not how democracy works.
Yeah,
People don't
lecturing.
like bossy, and they don't
did.
like snobs.
Yeah, that's exactly
I
right.
was trying to tell
She's literally describing herself right now. I hope we understand this. I'm sorry if I'm getting too serious, but if there's one politician that frustrates me the most, it's probably Chrystia. She makes me laugh too much.
Okay.
Although people right now in Canada, people do like strong, and people
We do. We want Pierre. We don't want you. We don't want your buddy Mark, the central banker. We don't want Chrystia Gold, whatever her name is. We don't want Frank Bayless. Ruby Dalla would have been okay. I wouldn't mind her. She seems a little bit more on the right wing side. I'd probably enjoy her. Just not you.
You want a leader who is strong, a leader who can unite the country, and a leader who can figure out a smart way to talk to everyone here, all our American friends and neighbors, and say, let's not have a dumb, terrible...
Yeah, all the Americans in California. Yes, that's where it totally matters. We just need to talk to California. California, that's all we have to listen to. We don't have to talk to the people in Texas or the people in D.C. It's in D.C. where it really matters. Why don't you talk to someone in D.C.? Good idea for you, Chrystia.
Tariff war. Let's get back to...
insane. Aren't you as finance minister, aren't you the one who negotiated the treaty in 2020 that we have now with Trump?
Yes, he said it was the best trade deal ever.
Ever.
You heard that? Before Bill just did the Trump impression, she tried to do it. But Bill, she can't do it because she's not funny. I'm funny. I can make myself laugh.
No, I think it's called the USMCA, and I think this could be one of the only things that both Donald Trump and Nancy Pelosi support. It's a really good deal, and the relationship between Canada is balanced. It is mutually beneficial. I think you guys are really lucky to have us as your neighbor.
I agree. You got my vote that I can't give you. Chrystia Freeland, the next Prime Minister of Canada.
We gotta use this for the thumbnail. But this was too funny. Guys, make sure to like, subscribe, and comment who you think will be Canada's next Prime Minister. Hopefully it won't be her. I was pointing to the wrong monitor. I have the OBS in that one. But thank you guys for watching this video. And I know this is our first video in like 4 years, I think. But we're coming with lots of videos. Supposed to be lots of podcasts. I'm going to be recording very, very soon. So expect that coming. I didn't expect this to be my first video, but when I saw this on YouTube, I knew this is going to be my first video. Because it's too funny. I can't look at it without laughing. Because the entire 10 years of pain that they've caused on us has just made me laugh the entire time. Well, thank you guys again. And we're going to end this here because it's been 23 minutes. Thank you guys so much. Have a great day. Great night.